So my name is Jenieve Hudziak. I'm from Castledermot in County Kildare and I'm 28. I would have always had ponies like growing up and everything like that. My mum and dad were very good when we were younger. We always had ponies to go hunting and do things with. I actually didn't work with racehorses at all. I worked in a riding school. I worked in a riding school as an instructor. Firstly, I went to Grennan College and I done my college to do that in Grennan, and I was working in a riding school and teaching kids, and I liked it, but it just wasn't for me. So I moved to Australia then and I started working for a flat trainer over there, and I really enjoyed it. Just probably got the love for racehorses in Australia, and even though it was completely different, when I came home then that was all I wanted to do. And I went to China. I worked in China for a while, and with horses as well, and obviously the equine industry is not very well developed over there. So I was happy to come home and I started working for Aidan then. And I've been here, I started with Aidan when I was about 22. I don't really like putting a title on my job or anything like that, but I love the horses, and just to make sure that all the horses are comfortable as possible and they're happy, and I'd say that's more my job than anything. Normally every day, come in, in fairness, Ken comes in every morning. He's here before 6:30 most of the time. He feeds the yard. He's been here longer than I have. He feeds the yard, and then I come in at 7. I just give them all a bit of hay and check over everything, make sure everything's grand. And in fairness, there wouldn't be anything amiss with Ken around first thing in the morning, to be honest. He's brilliant, and then the lads would start coming in from 7:15 onwards, and we'd be tacking up horses and riding out from then on. Yeah, I'd ride out a couple of lots. Aidan's not too hard on me now. I wouldn't ride out as many as the lads or anything like that, and he knows the ones I like, so he's good to me that way, in fairness. And yeah, I love riding out and doing all that as well. I do a bit of everything, so I like to be here most of the time. If I'm not here most Sundays, I do go racing as well. I love going racing, but I think definitely the most rewarding part of my job is seeing how Aidan produces them from the very start to the finished product, to the day they run, and even when after they're sold or wherever they go from here, watching them and following them and seeing them and just remembering when they were bought from the store sales, what they were when they came first. And I think that's really rewarding, and it's really it's nice to see it, and it just shows that every day you're coming in, and it's nice to see the end product and be around for the end product. And I think that's kind of why I love it so much and why I'm here so long, is because you always have a finished product at the end, and it's nice to see. The only part of this job that I don't like, and there wouldn't be many parts, but the only part that I probably don't like is when you think something is going well and then it just doesn't, if that makes any sense. But other than that, that rarely happens, and everything's so well routined here, everything goes well, and the lads are brilliant. Without the lads here, we'd be lost. The lads are the reason why the horses are so comfortable and happy here. I'd say if I was to change anything, from the time I started working with horses to now, would probably be when I went teaching. I loved it, and don't get me wrong, it was great, but the love I have for coming in here every day and the racehorses is just a completely different industry, no comparison. But I wish I had have discovered that love maybe a little bit earlier. It wasn't until I went to Australia that I discovered that, and I was very lucky to come here then after. And no, I never thought about being a jockey, to be honest with you, because I think I get such a kick out of just what we are doing now, and seeing the horses perform on the end day. I feel I'm as much a part of that as anything with the role I'm in now. I don't feel I need to do any more or anything different. I maybe be a jockey if I got to pick the horses I got to ride or something like that. Maybe I clue every day or something like that. He's our little stable star here. It's definitely I haven't a clue. Most of the lads here actually learned to ride on him, didn't you? And he's ran in the Banks race, and he was in Punchestown first last year, and he placed away, and he comes out every time and does his job, and without him I don't know really what the lads would do to get going, but he's our little stable star, and he's definitely my favourite. Oh God, if I didn't work with horses, I'd probably be out on the farm with Daddy doing a bit of, doing the cows or doing something. I'm an outdoors girl. I've always been outdoors from a young age. Daddy would have always had us out on the farm and doing bits. I was never a college, school type of girl. I actually have a twin sister, and she's a manager in a fashion shop in Dublin somewhere. So for twins, we're very, very different now. But no, I'd be definitely outdoors, doing something outdoors anyways. If it wasn't horses, oh God, I don't know what I'd be doing, but it definitely wouldn't be inside or an office job or a shop job anyways.